You ever get that feeling like something's just not right, like there's more to the story than what's on the surface? Well, today we're diving deep into the world of anonymous online confessions, the kind that make you question everything. From shocking betrayals to heart-wrenching decisions, these Reddit confessions reveal the raw and unfiltered truths of everyday people. We're talking about the things people don't want you to know, the secrets they keep hidden, the kind of stuff that keeps you up at night. So buckle up, because we're about to take a wild ride through the darkest corners of the internet. So, we've got this young woman, let's call her Sarah. Sarah's on top of the world, right? She's got a boyfriend she's crazy about, they're celebrating their birthdays together. Seems like the perfect love story. But hold on, folks, because things are about to take a turn. They're at the party, cake's coming out, everyone's singing happy birthday, and bam! This guy, Sarah's Prince Charming, shoves her face into the birthday cake. Now, I'm not talking about a little playful nudge here, we're talking full-on face in the frosting humiliation. Sarah is mortified. Everyone at the party is speechless, and you can bet this isn't the sugar rush anyone was hoping for. She's wiping frosting out of her hair, her mascara's running, and the boyfriend? He's laughing it off like it's some kind of hilarious joke. But here's the kicker, this wasn't a one-time thing. This little cake incident, it was a pattern of disrespectful, humiliating behavior that had been building for months. Sarah, bless her heart, had been making excuses for this guy, telling herself it was just a joke, that he didn't mean it. But that cake, that was the wake-up call she needed. She finally saw him for who he really was, a bully who got off on putting her down. So, what does Sarah do? She dumps him, right there on the spot. Walks out of that party, head held high, leaving Mr. Cake Smasher to clean up his own mess, both literally and figuratively. But wait, there's more. This is where the family drama comes in. Sarah's family, they're furious. They're telling her she overreacted, that it was just a joke, that she should give him another chance. Can you believe that? They're more concerned with keeping the peace than they are with her own well-being. This, my friends, is a classic case of people-pleasing gone wrong. Sarah had spent so much time trying to keep everyone else happy that she lost sight of her own worth. But that birthday cake, it was a turning point. It forced her to finally stand up for herself, to say enough is enough. And that, folks, is what we call a breakthrough. This next story comes from a newlywed woman, we'll call her Jennifer. Jennifer's over the moon, right? She's just married the man of her dreams, she's happy, she's in love, but there's a shadow hanging over this picture-perfect life, her father-in-law. See, Jennifer's getting this weird vibe from him, this uncomfortable feeling that something's not quite right. He's always making inappropriate comments, getting a little too handsy, just crossing lines that a father-in-law shouldn't be crossing. Jennifer tries to brush it off at first, tells herself she's misinterpreting things, but the feeling persists, and it's starting to eat away at her. She confides in her friends, but they tell her she's being paranoid, that he's just old-fashioned, that she shouldn't make a big deal out of it. But Jennifer, she knows what she feels, and she can't shake this sense of dread, this fear that he might try something. It's affecting her marriage, her mental health, her whole life. She loves her husband but doesn't know how to bring this up without causing a rift in the family. She's stuck in a nightmare, torn between protecting herself and preserving the fragile peace she's managed to build. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a textbook case of gaslighting. Jennifer is being made to doubt her own instincts, her own gut feeling that something is wrong. This kind of behavior is unacceptable, and nobody deserves to feel unsafe, especially not in their own home. It's time for Jennifer to stand her ground, to confront the situation head-on, even if it means rocking the boat. Now this one really got under my skin. We're talking about a young woman, barely 18 years old, let's call her Emily. Emily's world just got flipped upside down because her father passed away. We're talking raw grief, confusion, trying to navigate this new reality without her dad. The funeral is coming up, and it's already a pressure cooker of emotions. Then, Emily gets hit with a doozy of a request. Her stepmother asks her to babysit her stepbrother during the funeral. Let me repeat that, babysit during her own father's funeral. Now, I understand families are complicated, but this is beyond the pale. We're talking about a young woman trying to process the loss of her father, and she's being asked to put her own grief on hold to take care of someone else's child. Emily's understandably upset, hurt, and angry. This request just throws salt in the wound, makes her feel like her grief is insignificant. like she's being taken advantage of at a time when she's most vulnerable. This isn't about the babysitting itself, folks. This is about respect, about empathy, about recognizing that Emily needs support, not another responsibility piled onto her plate. It's a classic case of misplaced priorities and a complete disregard for Emily's emotional well-being. Let's talk about boundaries, shall we? This story is about a woman, we'll call her Lisa, who learned the hard way about setting boundaries, especially in the workplace. Lisa's got a good head on her shoulders, she's hardworking, keeps to herself at the office. Then, a new coworker arrives, let's call her Jessica. Jessica seems nice enough at first, but there's a certain pushiness about her. One day, Jessica approaches Lisa with a favor to ask, a big one. She needs a place to stay and asks if she can crash at Lisa's. Lisa's caught off guard. They barely know each other and Lisa values her privacy, her space. So, she politely declines, explains she's not comfortable with the arrangement. You'd think that would be the end of it, right? Wrong. Jessica doesn't take no for an answer. She starts spreading rumors about Lisa being cold, unfriendly, even using their work relationship to try and guilt Lisa into changing her mind. Suddenly, Lisa's the office pariah, the subject of gossip and whispers. She's stressed, anxious, her work performance is affected. All because she set a boundary, a perfectly reasonable boundary, I might add. This, my friends, is a classic example of how quickly things can spiral out of control when there's a lack of respect and understanding. So there you have it, 4 stories, 4 glimpses into the raw, unfiltered lives of everyday people. We've seen betrayal, manipulation, grief, and the importance of setting boundaries. These stories might be shocking, even unbelievable, but they highlight the very real issues people face every day. They remind us that everyone has a story, that things aren't always what they seem, and that sometimes, even the most unbelievable confessions hold a grain of truth. Which story resonated with you the most? Have you experienced something similar? Share your story in the comments below. Remember, your experiences matter, your voice deserves to be heard.